Hello, my name is Dr. Charles Simone. I'm a medical oncologist, radiation oncologist, and a tumor immunologist. And I also wrote a book called Cancer Nutrition in 1980. This new book, Nutritional Hydration Medical Strategy for Warriors, will help you, educate you about how to increase your performance both physically and mentally. Nutritional hydration is a term we coined to embody the essence of nutrition and hydration for the body, but specifically for the muscle, the nerve, and the neuromuscular junction. This is a new medical strategy. The chance of success in military operations or competitions is greater if you're mentally and physically fit. Your nutritional status and hydration status before, during, and after competitions or missions is going to greatly influence the outcome, both good or bad. You can be an awesome opponent if you know and are well-trained and well-informed about nutrition and hydration. In fact, you have the advantage over a very complacent leader. This book will actually positively change the lives of both men and women. Fatigue and muscle cramping are a warrior's worst nightmare. Nothing is more frustrating to a highly conditioned athlete than being unable to continue their competition because of fatigue and muscle cramping. Fatigue, cramping, physical exhaustion, and dehydration result from exercise that causes a depletion of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, electrolytes, and many other nutrients. These need to be replaced. If you are dehydrated by as little as 2%, your performance comes down to 85%. Dehydration of as little as 5%, your performance decreases to 70%. Dramatic numbers. When I decided to develop a comprehensive nutritional hydration formulation, I summoned my own personal experiences from going to places like the Grand Canyon, hot deserts, and jungles, and also taking care of cancer patients who 70% have fatigue and 40% die of malnutrition and dehydration. I applied my medical and scientific background to determine the most effective ingredients and nutrients necessary to meet the needs of the muscle, the nerve, and the neuromuscular junction. Now, what needs to be in a nutritional hydration formulation? First of all, complex carbohydrates. Complex carbohydrates come from plants. We digest them, we turn them into sugar, glucose, and that gets in turn to glycogen in our muscles. Now, the first thing we start to burn when we start exercising is glycogen. That's a precious, precious supply of energy, though. There's almost a finite amount of glycogen. So after we are a conditioned athlete or assault warrior, we go into the mode of looking at glucose and fatty acids in the bloodstream. We shift over, start using them. If we don't have enough of those, we actually turn on and start devouring our own muscles. And that's a problem. If we don't have enough energy sources in our body, we start chewing up our own muscles. So how much protein do we actually need? The bottom line is, with few exceptions, most do not need a lot of protein. Most everyday people, and most people like assault warriors, not on missions, everyday athletes, and men and women of common work have no real need for extra protein. So who does need more protein? The people who actually need more protein are people on assault missions, soldiers on assault missions, or endurance athletes, weightlifters, people in certain sports like gymnastics, and female dance and female ballet, mountain climbers, wrestling, boxing. They do need more protein. There is a downside though. If you're taking more protein, what's recommended, you can develop dehydration, osteoporosis, and even kidney stones. So you need to minimize the amount of protein so that you don't have any problems. And these are all worked out for us. So what's next? We know that antioxidants are important. Muscles make free radicals. We know that vitamins and minerals are important. 100% of vitamin replenishment is important in a good nutritional hydration program. We know that certain things like lactic acid build up in the body and the muscle, especially with ammonia, and this causes a problem for performance. So we need lactic acid and ammonia neutralizers. We need muscle enhancers, energy enhancers, and nerve enhancers. We also need membrane stabilizers and as well as choline attributes. So these are all very important for us, and this should comprise a good nutritional hydration program for you, which we've outlined. Now, what can you do before a competition or before a mission? First thing you do when you wake up, you can first replace what you obviously lose during sleep, and that's certain glycogen requirements and certain hydration. You then should avoid high protein and fatty food. These this causes too much energy in digestion. The blood supply goes into the stomach instead of the muscle for the competition. Avoid also foods that bring in high sugar load, like cornflakes and gels and cookies, cakes, candy, fruits, and honey. These are the wrong things to do just before a competition or a mission, because they will send the insulin into gyration and actually cause a relative hypoglycemia during a mission or competition. You also should avoid high fiber containing foods. Now, what should you be eating? Well, if you want a meal 3 hours before a competition, it should be a complex carbohydrate meal, but make sure it's 3 hours before. It should be pasta or bananas or anything like that, rice, bread, potatoes, etc. The best thing for you, though, before the competition is a liquid format of complex carbohydrates. This is easily assimilated. It doesn't cause you any problems at all. The main purpose of pre-exercise nutritional hydration is to pack glycogen into the muscles, maximize hydration, minimize digestion, and minimize hunger. In addition, what you should do during the competition is you still need continued nutritional hydration during exercise for energy, speed, strength, stamina, power, endurance, and also cognitive abilities. And finally, after, recovery occurs much more quickly when you replenish vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, amino acids, lactic acid, and ammonia neutralizers, and many other nutrients. Other topics in our book include many things. A whole chapter dedicated to the female warrior, very important. The 10-point plan, how exactly what you should be doing from nutrition all the way down to stress modification and training. Tables of food composition, how much protein, how much fat, how much cholesterol there is, how much of these foods you actually need for your body weight. So the book is an all-inclusive program with regard to nutrition, hydration, and what you should be doing yourself. Now, I'd like to introduce Coach John McKenna. He will combine his unique style of using bands and kettlebell training to increase a person's performance, agility, strength, and stamina in a very unique way. Coach?
Hi, I'm Coach John McKenna. I've been a strength coach for over 25 years. Trained at the high school level, trained college athletes, and I've trained several gentlemen who are in the NFL at this point. I'd like to share with you a piece of training that we've picked up, or I've picked up years ago, called kettlebells. Kettlebells are a small piece of equipment that can be used in various different ways. If you listen to the big fancy gyms, they don't want you to hear about kettlebells, because I can get 2 or 3 kettlebells, take you anywhere, a park, your home, your office, and you can train and get just as good a workout as you do at any gym. And you can do it at any time you want. Several reasons why kettlebells are good. Kettlebells give you a full body type workout. That's how you live your life. Full body, moving, changing directions. That's what you need, and that's why I like kettlebells. Kettlebells let you move at different ranges of motion. You can go sideways, you can move around, you're pressing, you're all over the place. Kettlebells will give you total body strength. Kettlebells expose your weaknesses when you first start doing them. Usually what happens, we start doing our kettlebell swings, and you'll find that we got a lot of trouble with our lower backs, our hamstrings, because they're not strong. So they'll tell you where you need to work on. Kettlebells give you so much variety. I can do every exercise you can imagine with a kettlebell. We can do it one-handed, two-handed. We can move around with it. We can do it bent over. We can do it from the floor, all with 2 or 3 bells. Kettlebell training teaches you how to change with your center of gravity. We're doing swings. You've got to control your body back and forth. When we're doing burpees, which you'll learn about a little bit, you're figuring, what the heck's a burpee? When you do burpees, you've got to move your body up and down, but you're always changing gravity. That's how life is. That's how if you're an athlete, you're on the field. You're not standing with your feet down on the ground. You're moving all over the place. If you're reaching up in that shelf, you're moving all over the place. That's what it does. People say you can't combine strength and cardio. That's what kettlebells does. I always tell guys, I was at a seminar about 3 months ago, and I was with one of the guys I trained, and he told me, he says, the lady up there goes, you can never have cardio with strength training. And the guy I was with almost fell over and said, you haven't worked with Coach McKenna yet, because you can. And that's how you play. I took a little page of John Wooden, the great basketball coach, and how I train. John Wooden's practice used to be organized chaos. And then when they got on the field, the game slowed down. We train in organized chaos. And when they get out on the field of battle, you're fighting a fire, you're a policeman, or you're a Sunday runner, the game's going to slow down a little bit because your overall body strength is unbelievable because of kettlebells. I'd be remiss not to thank a couple people for what I'm about to present to you, because they're kind of my mentors, people that I've went to and really have taught me a lot. Jason Brown from CrossFit Philly is unbelievable. You get a chance to go on his website. And also with Zach Evanesh, you go on his website and it's unbelievable. He has underground strength coach. Hopefully this will just give you a little insight. Am I the smartest person around when it comes to strength training? Maybe not. But I think we've put a nice program together, and I think if you follow what we're doing, you pick up on it, and what I'm challenging you, take what I give you, and then go out and research it. Research kettlebells, go on the computer, find more about it, go to seminars, and I think you'll be in better shape and you'll live a lot longer. Thank you very much. Okay, the first exercise will be the one bell, two-handed swing. Main muscle worked here is the hamstring, calves, shoulders, glutes play a big part. Again, it's a full body exercise. If you notice, Chris is throwing the hips through. It's a violent movement. Now we'll turn around, he'll give us a side view. Watch the hips here. Good explosion, down to about a 3/4 squat. A great movement. Chris does this very well. Okay, we'll go to a one bell, one-handed swing. Same muscles work, but now we're isolating one arm. Again, life and sport is all about being able to use different parts of your body, being able to balance out. Okay, we'll go to a side view, same exercise. One hand, you'll use the left hand here, same hip movement, good power. Got to use your legs to raise the bell. It's a great exercise. Okay, the next exercise will be the same one bell, one-handed, but we're going to do a switch with it. A little hand-eye coordination, a little movement involved here. Same hip movement, got to use the legs to raise the bell, but now it's changing in midair. I'll change off and we'll check the side view on this. Okay, a little bit more advanced, it's a two-bell swing, a little heavier weight. You got to really use your legs to generate the power, but it's also a great exercise, but it's something to progress up to after you've started with the one bell. As for now, give us a side view. All the techniques are the same of all the bell swings. Gives you full body power. You watch your shoulders, watch your hips, he uses the legs, the hamstrings, the glutes are working here. A great full body exercise. Next exercise is something that's done with dumbbells, done all the time, is a bent over row. We'll do a two bell, bent over row. We'll bring the elbows straight back. Main muscle work here is the lats. You get some bicep work here, hip stability, it's a good exercise. Let's turn and give a side view. You notice he's not putting any strain on his back. He's down a little bit with his hips. Next exercise is a 1 bell high pull. High pull works the upper back, but you're using your legs. Again, full body exercises. Generating the power with his legs. We'll do this 2 ways. We'll do this with his feet flat on the floor, but we'll also come around and do as an explosive movement. When he does it from the side view, I want you to do with the explosion from your feet. I want you to explode right through. And it'll come generate full power through his toes. So we're turning a regular high pull, working your back into a full body exercise using your legs. Next exercise will be 2 bell high pull. Same as the 1 bell high pull, but now we're using 2 bells. Great movement. Upper back, generate power, get some shoulders in there, using his legs. It's a great exercise. We don't do enough back exercises. Everybody wants to work what they see in the mirror. We want to take the mirror, look behind us, and work the back. Next exercise is a 2 bell high pull with an anchor. The reason we like to do this, I like to use multi-direction movements with our bodies. He's doing basically a straight deadlift with the 1 bell and a high pull with the other. So we're working all kind of different muscles here, and he's teaching his body to do different things at the same time. Good explosion, still getting the power coming off the ground. One of the reasons I call things, whenever you hear me refer to dead clean, it means that we're starting dead from the floor. Next exercise is a 2 bell high pull with a rack. So we'll stay racked with 1 arm, and really it's a 1 arm high pull. But now he's got to stabilize his body and keep that chest up and keep that bell racked up. So again, he's having to use his entire body and generate his exercise. Watch this from the side view. One of the hardest things to do is to load weight on the front of your body and still be able to keep proper technique. Another version of the dead clean is a 1 bell dead clean. Now we're isolating 1 arm, can generate the power, allows him maybe to go a little heavier if he wants. And it's the same thing. You notice the hop, he's still getting the power out of the feet. He's still working his hamstring, working his lower back, his traps, his calves, and he's getting a good full body movement here. If you watch the explosion in the hop when he pulls it up. That means he's using his lower body to generate the power and generate the force of the bell. This exercise is the 2 bell dead clean. I'm a big proponent of using dead cleans with either special bars or with the kettlebells. The days of rolling your wrist backwards, I believe, are obsolete. We generate enough power through doing heavy dead cleans. Now the reason, again, I call it a dead clean, because we're starting from a dead position, almost totally dead from the floor. We're getting that good pull, working our hamstrings, multi-hip joint movement here. Here we're going to do a 2 bell dead clean with an anchor, and we're going to alternate it. This way we're getting a deadlift from the anchor, and we're getting a dead clean. Again, we're splitting our body and teaching our body that it's okay to do different things at the same time. If you're a military personnel, if you're an athlete, or if you're a general person, your body has to be able to move in different areas at the same time. Everything